loves. Today we're going to talk about how I got my hair mint and how I dyed my extensions. I will also show you at the end of this video how I put in my extensions, just so you can see. The ones I am using are the VP Fashion 190 grams and 20 inches. So they're not quite as full as the ones that I normally wear and have been wearing in the past, but they are the same weight and length of the ones that I was wearing when I had half pink and half purple hair, which I do have a video on that as well if you want to check it out. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my hair extensions, about my hair and everything that I went through in order to get it this color. So let's get into it. I honestly have had more questions about this hair color than almost any other. So I'm very excited. I've wanted mint hair for quite some time. The the thing about mint to keep in mind. So even though these are white blonde extensions, they're not perfectly white. They are very pale yellow, kind of like the inside of a banana peel is the comparison that I've heard. So there's a little bit of yellow. So if you want to get mint hair, if there's a little bit of yellow, what's funny is you can kind of see the difference between my roots, which are a little bit yellow right now, but I had used a more blue-based dye. I actually mixed Arctic Fox Aquamarine, Poseidon, I believe is how you say it, Poseidon? Let me butcher everything because I always have to butcher everything. But it's like a teal kind of aquamarine shade and then a deep blue. And then I also used the Arctic Fox Arctic Mist, which is their diluter. I also ended up having to use some conditioner. Honestly, personally, I didn't see a big difference. I do feel like the Arctic Mist is thinner, so it did spread over the extensions a little bit easier, but the end result, half of these were done with the Arctic Mist and half of them were done with the conditioner. There's honestly, I can't tell any difference. The one thing to keep in mind too though is if your hair actually has white in it. It's hard to tell because I've washed my hair probably 4 or 5 times since I dyed it. That's why this is looking more yellow. When I first dyed it, my roots looked super mint. My roots have only been dyed, they've only been bleached once. Therefore, they are still a little bit yellow. They weren't super white like the rest of my hair. And I've had pastel hair for so long now. Oh my goodness, you guys, I've had bright hair for so long. When I used the blue-based dye, because even though you would think it would be green, I used kind of a pastel-y teal. I used very little of the dye. Of course, you will see that in the video. The amount that I mixed in comparison was like a dot of each to the ton, like a whole bowl of the diluter. So as my roots are a little bit yellow, the rest of my hair was blue. A lot of it turned quite blue. If you look at the first videos that I had up, you can see quite a bit of like blue tones in my bangs and like little pieces throughout. That's because parts of my natural hair is very pale. So because it is closer to white, it turned out more blue. But if you have a little bit of a yellow tone, you're going to want to balance that out because obviously blue and yellow make green, but white and blue make blue. So you definitely have to be careful with that. It's definitely a tip that I would like to give you guys, because if you go ahead and you have yellow hair or you're just bleaching your hair freshly and it's not super white, then it's going to turn, if you put mint on it, it's going to turn pretty yellow. It's going to look a lot like what my roots look like right here, which is not a cute color. I had a hat on all day too, so it kind of smushed my roots down. Plus they're growing out. By the way, you guys, you all ask me how I keep my hair so healthy. I don't know what happened this last time, but this honestly might be the last pastel color that I have. I am thinking about going back to my brown, my natural color. Of course, I'll do fun things. I'll have colored extensions and stuff like that. But I don't know what happened. I don't know if my hair is just over it, or if, I don't know what it was, or if my hair, again, is just done. But I lost quite a bit of hair the last time I bleached it. So of course, take all of this, like, if you probably should go to your stylist, but dyeing your extensions yourself, that's not hard. That you can handle. Like, I will show you that obviously in just a minute. So you'll see how easy it is to dye your own extensions. But when it comes to your natural hair, if you are worried about it, definitely go see a professional, have them do it, especially somewhere that can use Olaplex. I did use Olaplex on my hair, but I don't know. I wasn't keeping up on the masks or something. I don't know what happened. So just a forewarn, because I know you guys are going to be, some of you will be bummed. You guys have a lot to say about my hair. I know a lot of people miss the pink. Pink's my number one. I do want to try and go back to pink for a little bit before I go back to brown, just because pink is, again, my favorite color that I've ever had. My favorite color to have. I loved the silver as well, so I might do a pink and a silver. So I'll talk a little bit about the extensions. You guys know I love VP Fashion extensions. They are my favorite. I always go back to them. And of course, as most of you guys know too, I do have a discount code. If you want to save a little bit of money, I believe it's 10 bucks off of your extensions. They have all different kinds. They even have a kind of extension that is like half their own made hair. They like created their own molecule. I don't even know the science behind it, but they created their own type of hair that they mix with human hair, so it's half and half. I do a video on that as well. I will try and remember to link that down below, but if not, just go to my hair playlist. They're called the VP Mixed Dyeable extensions. So I just really love these extensions. They hold up really well. I've already been wearing these for a couple weeks and I don't feel like they look any different than when I first got them. The shedding on them is so minimal. I've tried other brands of extensions and some shed really bad. These ones literally shed the least out of any of the brands that I've tried. They might look a little, I just teased them up because I wanted big hair. So I'm wearing all of them. You can see this one. I even put this one in. This is the one that I dyed first and I could tell that it was going to be too dark. So then I went back and I added more diluter to get it to the lighter color that you see on all the rest of them. But I thought I'd just put every piece of the extensions in just so you could like get an idea of what they look like when you have every piece of that set in. It does come with 4 1 clips, 2 3 clips, and 2 4 clips, which you will see when I show you how I put them in. And if you guys want to save 10 bucks on your extensions, you just use the code CAKE, and that is an affiliate link, just so you guys know, use it if you want. So now we're going to get into how I dye my extensions, and I'm going to show you how I dyed these extensions mint green. Now, if you want to see how I clip in my extensions, just stay till the end of the video. Alright love, so of course first you're going to need your extensions, some aluminum foil, some latex gloves, a mixing bowl and brush, and then of course your hair dye, your diluter, or white conditioner. And then these are the dyes I'm going to use. It's Poseidon, I believe is how you say it, from Arctic Fox, and Aquamarine, if I can speak. The Poseidon kind of exploded on me, so I just used that amount. I was going to put about that amount in the bowl anyway. And now I'm just going to put some of the Arctic Mist in there. I want it to be super light mint. I don't want it to be too teal or too blue. So I just started adding a little bit, and now I added a little bit of the Aquamarine. And I know that it needs to lean more blue than mint in order for it to turn actual mint on these extensions. I clearly over-explained that in the beginning of this video, that if you have yellow hair, or these are really light blonde extensions, but they still have a little bit of yellow in them, because of course that's really hard to get out of extensions and you don't want to bleach them or anything. So the easy way to counteract that is just to use more blue, because blue and yellow makes mint, makes green. Anyway, so I am just thoroughly saturating the extensions. I did one side and I'm flipping it over. This is very easy. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know that I usually do an ombre of some kind or different colors. Like I barely ever do one color, so it actually was really nice to only do one color this time. And I'm just kind of massaging the dye through. You can also brush it through if you would like, and I'm just going to set that little piece aside. This is the first piece that I did, and I realized that it was turning a little dark. These dyes do oxidize a little bit, so they do get a little deeper as they sit on the hair. So I looked at it and I was like, I feel like that's a little darker than I want it to be, and I wanted to make sure that it was light enough. So I did add more diluter and went back in. So then after I applied this to this piece of hair, I realized that it was much closer to the color that I wanted. So it's all up to you. It's all up to what ratio you want, but definitely I recommend starting slow if you want a pastel color especially. So again, I'm just thoroughly saturating this hair, this piece. And I left it on for probably about 45 minutes, and then I just washed them out and deep conditioned them and hung them to dry. Man, it's so easy to do one color on extensions. If you guys have any questions, just let me know down below. They have extensions that they will dye for you ahead of time. They have all different colors. If you don't have crazy colored hair and you just want like brown extensions or blonde extensions or red extensions or whatever, they have anything that you could possibly want on that website. Then they do have their VP mixed dyeable extensions, which are much more affordable. They're 50% their own hair that they created and 50% human hair. And there you can dye them just the same. I feel like I'm gonna forget something. But again, I just really love these extensions. I love the clips. They stay in so well. I'm actually really, especially right now, because I feel like I lost quite a bit of the volume of my natural hair. I am really excited to have these because I feel like my natural hair looks even worse than it did before. You guys will see it in just a second. It just feels so thin, and I feel like it's just, I don't even know what I do without extensions. I don't even know. But I do really, again, I really love these extensions. I don't know how many times I can say that. All right, so I'm going to pick these out and then show you guys how I put them in. All right, love, so I'm going to show you how I clip in my extensions. This is my natural hair. This is what I am left with. I definitely lost a little bit when I bleached my roots last, as you can see. So I'm looking very piecey. I definitely need a haircut to trim up some of this craziness. I always use one of these little guys just to claw. Normally I tease my hair, which it's teased right now, and then I will just take part of it and put the top half back. I'm just gonna brush these 2 4 clips out. There's one that is a little bit shorter. There's one that's obviously a little bit longer, one's shorter. I just clipped them on the back of my head. Let's see if I can, I don't have an autofocus camera, so if this goes out of focus or anything, I'm sorry. None of this is precise, and this is just what I do. Obviously, it's probably not the correct way or the proper way, but it's the way that I do it. It's very fast for me. It's very easy. I personally think that it looks like it's even around my head, so this is what I do. But you do you. If you clip your ear extensions differently, if you do it much more precise, I'm clearly not about that life. Grab just a little bit. I feel like my extensions are less tangly when there is a section in between, but I honestly don't take the time to make sure it's precise because no one can see it because it's under my hair. So I'm sorry that I normally am just like, whatever. But I do take a little piece and just pull it up. And then I just lay that little layer down on top of it just because I feel like that keeps it from getting tangled into this next one. And so then I just put this piece on top of it. Like that. All right, so now that I have my back pieces in, you can see, there we go. I wish my hair was actually this long. I really do. Okay, so I'm going to take this clip out. And the rest of my hair is already, it's kind of coming out, but I obviously teased my hair a little bit before. So now I have my 3 clips and my single clips that I'm going to put on each side. So, and then literally all I do, I have like a certain spot. I don't know. Normally when I flip my hair up, it just goes to the correct spot right here. So I just do one of these. Should I just wear my hair like this? You can use use the tail end of this if you want it to be precise. I honestly, it doesn't really matter to me personally. That's just me. Because once your hair is on top of it, it doesn't really matter and it just sits fine. So I just kind of find where I want this piece to be because I want it to be really close to the front of my hair so it blends better. But I also want it to be far enough back that you can't see this little piece. So then I just clip this. And then this clip actually goes right on top of that 4 clip that is back there. And then let me take my single clip. I do the back this side always. I don't know why. And then I will just put a little hair in between that one and this one and then just clip it in wherever I want it. And then I will also sometimes put this other guy in, brushing it. And I usually will put him kind of right in the center. Most of the time, because my hair isn't blended with my extensions right now, I haven't had these cut. I haven't cut them at all. When I put my extensions in, I will normally just kind of pin the sides back anyway, so it really doesn't matter how perfect they are because it's all kind of pinned in place and you can't really tell the separation. Of course, I would recommend going to a stylist and getting them layered to match your hair, but I haven't done that yet. So I just find the spot on this side. Look at those roots. That's super cute, huh? Do the same thing. This one, for some reason, I start in the back because I know exactly where it hits on my head for it to line up correctly in the front. So then I just clip that in, flip this down. You can see my darker one that maybe I could go this color. This color's not too bad. It's just a little bit darker. This one, because of, I feel like I have quite a bit of hair in this chunk up in front and I want it to look like this belongs. So I do put it pretty close to the front of my hair, probably about right there, and just put that down over it. Normally, if this wasn't such a different color, again, I'm going to put it in just to show you guys so you can see all of these pieces, how I would put them all in. But sadly, I do usually leave this one out just because it stands out so much. Look at this. This looks so wrong. I know this looks like so ratty right now. Just put it in there. So just kind of like piece here, piece here, piece here, just to kind of fill that in. Of course, I always wear my hair curly especially because my hair isn't layered with my extensions. It just gives the illusion that they belong together and it's one cohesive head of hair, even though it might not look like it now, especially because you know where pieces are. Now that you know where the pieces exist, you're going to be able to tell. But again, a nice trick is if you feel like they don't blend completely, you don't have time, just clip the sides back because that helps conceal it. But yeah, so that is how I clip in my extensions. I hope you found that helpful. Of course, you can do it much more uniform, much less messy than I do. It's just when you're in the rush trying to get ready for work and like, you just want to get your hair in and go. And when you curl it and stuff, I just feel like it still blends so much better, so it doesn't really matter. Sorry that I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I do it perfect. I want to be real with you guys. This is literally how I put on my extensions on the daily. It only takes a few moments. Now onto the rest of the video. All right, love, so I believe that is everything. If you guys have any questions about hair or if you want another hair video, I need to do like another style video because it's been so long since I've done any sort of style video. I don't really do anything different than this. Sometimes I will do the braids and pin part of my hair back. If you guys want to see more hair tutorials, please let me know down below. And if you want to see more hair videos, and again, any hair questions that you have, just leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Okay, I really think that's everything. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. You definitely have to be careful with that. And even, so what I'm trying to get at, wow. Okay, so my roots, when I bleach, wow, what is happening? What am I talking about? How I dye, like, wow. So that one on how to get big hair is actually, it's the same. It's the same as it is now. I'm gonna take a sip of water, I'm gonna calm down. I added more diluter to it to get, I just want to yawn, oh my god. So, I lost my mind. Then I just put this one on top of it. I probably look so cute right now. But if you guys want to see more hair tutorial, I don't know what it is.